Like that weight, maintaining that weight is having that conversation of, are you ready? And are you doing everything to be your best self?
Yeah.
To maintain that.
I don't. That's why I get drugs. Shout out to Vivance and Adderall. Are there any other Indian business owners in the pool space, or are you the only one?
I haven't ran into one yet.
See what I'm saying? How many black ones have you seen?
No, I don't think
it's because we don't swim. I'm going to go to a stereotypical statement here real quick. Why are you not a doctor?
I know, right?
I don't know if Indians cuss. Do Indians cuss?
Yeah, we love cussing.
Okay. Then I want you to definitely be yourself. All right, here we go now for real.
To whoever may need this nugget of encouragement, things will be alright, so quit your worrying. I get it, the odds can stack back against the wall, but even consider it such, no you.
We're back with another episode of Stealing from Friends, where we bring on dope people that do dope stuff. Now, today's guest, he's in a field that's a bit different than what we actually most talk about, but what's really dope about it is we're talking about franchising. And a lot of people don't understand that because you get a franchise, the money doesn't just roll in. You still have to go and do the thing. And so for today's guest, we have Zain. Zain, I was going to attempt to pronounce your last name, but I don't know how to pronounce it.
Give it a try, dude. Have you seen that? Have you
Zelalim?
Almost. Very close.
I don't feel like I'm close. You're just making me feel good.
Salimuddin.
I feel like there's more letters or you use less letters. It doesn't look it doesn't sound as it looks. So before we kind of get real deep into it, so who are you? What do you do? And why'd you get into pools?
Yeah, man.
And I'm gonna have you adjust your mic there, Zane. Just bring your clothes. There we go. Now you're Joe Rogan it.
Yeah, there you go. Who am I? Man, I am Muslim Indian American. That kind of
Indian American.
Yeah. I parents came in here at 01. Been raised in Little Rock, Arkansas since. So we're looking at what 26-ish years. I was 3 years old and went to high school here. Culture, of course, the culture from the house to everything outside. In America, right? Like, got me to who I am as a person, and then like also the drive with, I don't know, knowing who I am, and then what my parents try to push on me, and whether it came to athletics, when it came to school, and then of course now it's like, trying to be the best in the business. So yeah.
I'm gonna go to a stereotypical statement here real quick. Why are you not a doctor?
I know, right? I think my parents still ask me that to this day. It's not me.
Yeah.
I was pre-med in college, so that didn't work out. I was trying to go pre-PT. I tried to get into data analytics and biomedical informatics, but I can't be in front of a book that long.
Yeah.
I gotta be, talking to people, shaking hands, meet people like you, and when you start finding out that the money is where the people are, then it's like
follow the money.
Yeah, your whole mindset will shift there, when you learn that. So
is that are you bringing up a little bit of Robert Kiyosaki? A little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Heard that. It's weird that I actually explain to some of my homies there's not like in entrepreneurs, but I bring up Robert.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, it's like it's a fun read it's not even like boring. It's like common sense stuff.
Yeah.
And the minute I end up telling him, I was like, I can't buy that. Liability, assets, that whole shebang. And we go down that whole rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Man, so you got over here, you graduated. So you graduated high school, and did you finish college?
Yes.
Okay, finish college with what though?
It was it was pre-med, like prerequisites, but I came out with a public health degree and a minor in exercise science.
Heard that.
Yeah.
And then you said I'm gonna go do pools though.
Yeah, so I was in data analytics for a year, and then it literally after a year, it just came to a point where I just quit. I put my back against the wall, and I had a mentor. his name is Chase Calhoun. He's a big real estate developer here.
Mm-hmm.
He was just like, man, you need to go into sales, right? Like, you know, you like meeting people, you can teach people, like, just gain some skills, talk to more people, shake some hands, like, and it'll come to you, you know? And I was so scared
Yeah.
because I was like, man, like, basically, like, okay, how much does that pay? Because, you know, I'm so used to, like, getting paid by the hour or salary. That was the mindset back then. So, and then coming into, like, a commission only kind of background, you know, it's scary, you know?
Yeah, you eat what you kill.
Right, exactly. So, man, I was trying to get into like life insurance at a young age. I don't know, I got kind of like talked out of that, but really, like my back was against the wall for, you know, a couple months, and it just came to a point. My friend was working at a roofing company, and I just kind of followed around and started knocking doors. And made the most amount of money then.
Yeah.
Knocking doors, selling roofs, and that was for 3 years.
Dang.
Yeah.
So where y'all would go and raid a neighborhood or a block, it'd be like 3 or 4 y'all just out there going up and down the street.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, so I was part of a startup, and I was actually doing it by myself. So I got the training, you know, kind of learned the lingo. What are they talking about at the door? How do you get to that? And then, of course, I dove into it more, you know, with how should I overcome these objections or talk to people, read body language, like why did they mention this to me, you know, things like that. So it took like a year with my head down to kind of study those social skills and stuff, because I'm naturally just a timid guy. I kind of went on a tangent here, but
No, you're good.
yeah, I learned and shadowed for like 2-3 weeks, and then just went on my own.
Just
I had to. Yeah, I just had to. I was like, oh God, like there's no money coming to my bank account. Like I needed to start knocking doors. More doors I knock, obviously the more no's, but you know, I'm hunting for that yes.
Right.
And, yeah.
And did you end up like having a nest egg or anything saved before you put your own back against the wall?
Yeah. So I was working in data analytics. So you know, I was getting paychecks, and I was living at home at the time. I was living at home, so I did have a good savings, and then I also had like a real estate property that I invested in when I was like 25.
Yeah.
So I had a little bit of, you know, quote unquote passive income there, but and then like I also like in that time was like waiting. I was waiting tables and what else? And I was doing kind of like some side jobs for my mentor and stuff too.
Yeah. In the real estate space.
In the real estate space,
Gotcha.
yeah, because I wanted to like, you know, pick his brain and see what he was about, and I learned a lot during that session. Yeah.
And then as everything evolved, was your back against the wall again, or how did the pool company kind of come into your play?
So it was an opportunity I just couldn't say no to. I had basically some investors that were kind of like, hey, we've seen like your hustle with how you've been doing and how you help this like roofing company. Like if you want to go more high ticket, and you know, we need someone like you in the pool space. So kind of took, you know, probably basically like shadowed some work for a whole year, got to know the ins and outs, kind of reached out to this franchise, kind of, and then they have a great like training program for you as well. That way you're not just going into it.
A bit longer than the roofing one, huh?
Say what?
It's a little different from the roofing?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, so, you know, when you join a franchise, they have all those systems in place and that training and, you know, all these connections as well, because it's a nationwide franchise. So you have like all these connections in your back pocket, and you can call and, you know, ask any other franchisee owner, like,
how do I XYZ?
Yeah, exactly. So just with that comfort and getting to know who they were, shaking the owner's hands and everyone at the corporate office, you know, they
welcomed you.
Yeah, they welcomed me. So here we are.
Are there any other Indian business owners in the pool space, or are you the only one?
I haven't ran into one yet.
See what I'm saying? How many black ones have you seen?
No, I don't think
It's
any.
because we don't swim. It's because I was trying to see if you were gonna say it. But I'm glad you let me do my own alley oop. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
I love it.
All right, so we talked about how you end up getting here, and one of the questions I guess is you can look at a French fries, you can look at a place like a Subway, a Chick-fil-A, and you know they have their different ways of kind of getting into them, whether you just pay it or you got to put your time in. Why not just do the pool thing from scratch?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. I mean, honestly, just like thinking about it, if I have the funds for it, you know, and there's already systems in place, why not go the quicker route?
Right.
You know, and you know, it can be like a ego thing, maybe like, hey, I want to do it on my own, my name on it, blah blah blah. But you know, long term, I just feel like the quicker you move, and just follow the plan, and let's get there, you know.
And you mentioned one of the things that is hard for me to tell others about, or to really kind of, I guess, get the urgency out about it, is I told, like, when I first got a business coach, like when COVID happened, I spent $20,000 like for the year. And in theory, or not even in retrospect now, but I would tell a friend, the guy costs $20,000. I'm not paying $20,000 up front, but you know, over the course of the 10 months, it's like $20,000. And that's always like, bro, why would you could just go do the YouTube thing. You could just do the XYZ. And so I think the biggest piece that you kind of mentioned there is that you're kind of paying for the steps ahead to not have to go down the same failures.
Right.
I guess.
So even like that you mentioned, like business coaching, I've spent probably around like $30K on myself. Like whether it's just self-development, you know, getting around business-minded people, you know, coaches. Like, have you heard of Andy Elliott?
Andy, the sales guy?
Yeah.
He's always the short.
Yeah. So, you know, I've been to his seminars. Like,
is he pretty electrifying as you're there?
He is, man. He's very, like, his whole team.
Intense.
His whole team is, they're intense, but it's an intensity, like, out of love.
Yeah.
You know, it's not, like, I feel like he's really good at the marketing side of just saying crazy things and they clip it, and then that's where the likes and retweets and comments and hate come from. But, you know, I was like, man, like, a lot of his messaging was, like, actually reaching to me. I was like, I can be a part of this. Like, you know, let me go actually go see who he actually is. And I took that risk. And then ever since, off the first seminar, I think I've been to like 8 or 9 now. Yeah. And then I've also seen Tony Robbins in New Jersey. I've seen David Goggins as well.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Was he running?
No.
Okay.
No, I wasn't. I can't keep up with him, man. That's just, you know, being in the same rooms with them, you know, and then bringing it back home. Because, I don't know, man, it's, other than, like, my jiu-jitsu, MMA community, it's kind of hard to be around or find that energy here.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's an Arkansas thing.
I think so?
And I say that because I still have another business coach shout out to Brennan. I've been with this, I don't know how many folks are in their whole thing, but it's like a group of 5 main coaches, and each of those coaches have their own, you know, mini me's under them. But like everybody, like in Arkansas, it's so hard to find, even if it's like a pay to play. You know, you know, like not even talking about like the B&Is, the stuff like that. That's they're in their own lane. I'm almost saying like, hey, bro, this is the issue I was dealing with. This client said XYZ. Yeah. What would y'all do? And it's just not necessarily even the heavy hitters, the folks that's like, all right, we're all here to kind of understand and talk. I guess you wouldn't call it a mastermind, group mind, circle jerk. Whatever the thing is, a group of folks that's wanting to achieve the same goal. Yeah. I haven't found that either here in Arkansas. I got close in Northwest Arkansas, but obviously, you know, that's where all the innovation stuff is at anyway.
Well, I mean, hey, man, the money is flowing here. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I was just reading about like all these data centers and stuff coming in. I can only imagine how much money is going to be coming in here, how many more jobs and
Yeah.
all that. So hopefully, you know, people will follow that money. But I don't know. I mean, maybe we can start something.
Dude, I'm
You know what
saying
I
we're already
mean?
here.
Like,
There's another guy that's in this group of, man, it's probably ain't, but like maybe 6 of us.
mm-hmm.
But the whole, like the way we're chatting about the stuff, Cody's a bit more analytical. He almost like, I feel like he presents like Obama. He talks very carefully.
Okay.
Like, if I was going to go ahead and talk to you, Zain, like that's how he goes about his whole thing.
Yeah.
It pisses me off. I'm like, Cody, fucking come on.
Spit it
Like,
out,
yeah,
dude,
dude, come
come
on,
on.
Cody. Shit. God bless, dude. Oh, you want something to eat. Okay, you could have just fucking said that, dude. God bless, dude.
That's funny.
So now we talked about that you didn't necessarily have to, you didn't want to go do the same failures. It was more so kind of presented to you. So from a franchise, what are some of the things that people aren't considering when dealing with a franchise? Obviously, there's things you can do, can't do, or do. Premier let you kind of have free reign. Hey, just do whatever you need to. Like, how does the franchise work on your left and right limits?
Yeah. So when it comes to systems of, from like, marketing, getting the lead to closing a sale, and then of course like the construction management, um, how to how the salesperson should be trained, how the project manager should be trained, how the supervisor, yada yada yada. Internally,
Mm-hmm.
they're like, they have this system that's worked and helped, you know, I guess we're like 150 locations around the nation. Like,
Soft flex.
they're making well above, you know, 7, 8 figs,
Yeah.
right? They're like, hey, this system is working. Follow this. Here's a CRM as well.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to the other owners about any situation you run into, because I promise, this is around a 38, 39, 40-ish year,
Old company.
franchise. So, all those trials and tribulations, someone's already hit it.
Right.
Ask the questions. We learned from that failure. We made a
Mhm.
system out of it. Internally, follow it.
Yeah.
Now, go be your own person, though.
Okay, so
You know?
still Premier, but now it's more so Zain.
Yeah.
Premier just so happens to be.
Yeah, Premiere is just like the brand at the end of the day,
Mhm.
right? But they're like, now go represent Premiere.
Gotcha.
Like still go be yourself, right? Like I went through an intensive like interview process with them. They did a whole background check, financial check, like found out who I am, interviewed me, went to their headquarters, shook hands with everybody. I mean, they were kind of
This is all before you got the keys.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like just to see if I was the guy they would even want me to represent them.
Yeah.
Because they don't just pick anybody.
Right.
So yeah, like they're just like, be yourself. We know who you are now, and I think you can carry our name. So take it back home. Let's take off.
You mentioned you kind of got another lucky deal because there's some players. I'm assuming they're older. That they wouldn't be younger than 29. But there are some folks that kind of just saw what you were doing and they's like, "Hey Zain, you are this puzzle piece, bro. You want it or not." How much? And you don't necessarily have to give particulars on Premiere specifically, but do this thing that's commission based? Do you still have to pay in to have it? Because like with a Subway, I think it's like $50,000.
Yeah. We definitely paid into it. It was like around that 45, 50K.
And is that them just giving you the black book? Like, hey, Zane, here's all the stuff. Here you go. Good luck.
Here it is. Here's all to, here are all the connections. Here are all the systems. Here's the CRM. These are all the places that you can train at. So around the nation, people, whether it's about pool equipment, servicing, about build, about fiberglass pools, about, there's training camps everywhere. Continuing education is a big thing. They also hold seminars every year. We have like vacations that we go to and have retreats so that we're all on the same page and learning about higher standards and upgrading industry standards
Yeah.
too, and like how are we keeping up with the times, things like that, technology, everything.
Do
Yeah.
they make y'all innovate in a sense, or if I'm out in BFE, Arkansas, and I know people only want, I know y'all probably don't sell this, above ground pool in a circle. If this is where my money is, do they allow me to keep selling that, or they're like, hey Zane, we're about to decommission? Other than decommissioning something, do they be like, hey Zane, yeah, sell whatever pool you want to do, or are they telling you, hey guys, here's the new one we're about to sell, push this?
Yeah, no, so they do have some like brand name kind of like fiberglass pools, and now we're big partners with like Hayward. They're like a American made leading pool equipment company, so they transitioned that partnership this year. They've been taking care of us too. So um, yeah, there are
But do they
so
make you though?
not necessarily. It's not like a you have to, they just want to see your growth in uh, being the best,
Hmm.
pool builder, pool developer, and keeping their name up. So
Why can't you just say pool guy?
pool guy,
Yeah, because is that the one who does the cleaning, not the building?
pool guy. I mean, I clean and build.
Okay.
So call me whatever you want.
Yeah.
But yeah, pool guy can.
And
Yeah,
just do it too.
yeah.
Now, with where you are, your position wise, I don't even know if I have actually like you have like official title, but what part of the process do you do? Because I don't ever see you dirty, so I'm assuming you're not out there building them.
Yeah. I mean, of course, like the times that you've seen me, I mean, you've seen me in like some boots and
I've
like,
never seen you in boots. I've always seen you
oh,
pretty clean cut.
for real?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, usually, of course, like if I'm going to sales appointments, I'm gonna definitely be more clean cut. But whenever I'm doing like the project management and stuff, you'll probably see me in boots and some, not necessarily cargo pants, but tough pants and um, running and hauling material to jobs and making sure this one's going clean. So yeah, I have to block off some days, for just sales, and then
yeah.
of course some days for just project management.
I was gonna
Yeah.
ask you that. So, could you as being Zane, could you decide which route you wanted to go while being in the franchise, or this one was kind of specific because they kind of sought you out? But could you say, hey, I want to get that franchise, but I want to be on the actual building side of it?
Yes. So Premiere has a build side and a service side.
Gotcha.
Servicing is like its own kind of monster of an industry too, just because
Oh, we're not even saying sales. We're saying service, like customers.
no. Servicing pools,
Okay,
like cleaning, replacing their pool equipment,
got you.
things like that. And then there's build where it's like from the ground up. I either renovate pools, like I dig out old pools and build a new one, or new construction, new pools.
Got you.
Like that's its own branch, and then servicing pools is another branch.
Gotcha.
So I took into the build side, and of course, our future goal is to find like another partner, or my little brother hopefully will be on the team soon. Kind of maybe transition into
Give them the
getting
sales.
servicing. Yeah, I'll probably get him into sales. Shadow a bunch and
See what he kind of picks up on.
exactly see where he's good at.
How do you determine what you're good at being in this spot? Because somebody could say, "Oh yeah, I got a $50,000 I can just spend. Let me get a franchise too." And let's just say it was as easy as that for sake of the example. But I've never led a team. I've never
Yeah.
project managed. I don't know all the pieces. Did you just pick that up, or how did you kind of go about doing that?
So being a part of a startup business with roofing, I observed a lot.
What's a lot? Like a couple weeks?
Well, I was in it for 3 years.
Oh, dang.
So one year with one business, and then my 2 other years were with Rock Management Roofing. It's
Gotcha.
actually right down the street.
Dang,
The
okay.
office is right here on Canis. So they were very transparent. The owner, Dr. Ahmed Yusuf, like he loves like teaching new people, bringing them up. He wanted me on his team, and and just being a part of a startup was just awesome because I wanted to see how things were organized. You know, you have the operations manager, you have like a CFO, you have the sales team, and then of course how are they managing the subcontractors to get those things done. And in my role, of course I do the sale, right? I'm providing that customer service, updating the homeowner, making sure that the crew is getting there, materials are being left here, yada yada.
Yeah.
So like we went through kind of like a checklist system, um, once again, it just comes down to systems that will make it easier to catch. And we went through a training program. A roof strategist was a training program, and Adam Bensman is his name. I went through his training.
Yeah.
And
as you were in the pool side, though,
this was roofing.
I got you. Okay,
So
you're just taking that
learning-
skill.
Yeah, just taking those skills, and then whatever systems that Premiere provided, I was able to just add on to that.
Yeah.
And then take in what Premiere was also teaching me.
Dang. Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah.
We call that compounding.
Compounding. There you
Compounding
go.
is what we're doing.
Yep, we are compounding.
And so when I'm gonna ask it because I don't care. I'm not scared. Black
Go for
History
it.
Month was a couple months ago.
Go for it.
Now, when it comes to having a franchise, what would you say you're chasing at then? Like, are you chasing money, freedom, or like a challenge? Because you didn't do the doctor route. You didn't go be a heart surgeon. And so at this point, you're like, all right, I have to go all in on this one. If I don't work, I don't eat. And so why even do the whole entrepreneur route? What is it? I guess, what is your subconscious goal having you
Yeah,
do?
man. I may be talking from my ego.
Okay,
right?
here we go.
So we get into data analytics. I'm in there doing these reports, crunching numbers, getting them to the executives, things like that. But my manager and my boss never went to college, climbed the ladder, asking me questions on how to take care of things, where I'm like, oh, I'm solving your issues and you don't even know this.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you're getting paid this much? And wait, did you go to college? No. I'm like, so things were just like, didn't make sense to me, My dad was also he has his own cell phone accessory store. Talk about stereotypes. Right?
I wasn't gonna say nothing. I wasn't gonna say nothing. I'm just looking.
And yeah, a lot in the community, of course, gas stations, hotels, things like that. But I didn't learn from that. I think it was just being the smartest person in the room feel. And of course, I had to
Humble yourself.
humble yourself, yeah, from that mindset. But really, that was what got me out of the desk.
Yeah.
And then of course it's like you see people with like fancy cars or a big house, or they go on these vacations, and it's like, what are they doing that I'm not doing?
Right.
What is it gonna take for me to get to that level? And why did my parents not do it? Do I know anyone that's done it yet? No. Social media starts popping off. People are talking about how they got into it and all that. And it's like, oh,
Here we
you
go.
mean I should go shake a hand, take them to lunch, pick their brain,
Yeah.
work for them for free, just being in the same room as them.
Yeah.
So that's what it took. It's all I'm just blessed to kind of like be able to have that mindset shift.
Yeah.
Because I was just taught to be in the books, get a job, be comfortable, and my mind and my mind and body just didn't allow that.
Yeah.
Like there was something more. I had to, get out of that box and chase after it. And, it was scary, you know, like fear and excitement, same, you know, somewhat same feeling, you know.
Burn the ship is the term I usually have heard when it
Burn the
comes to
ships. Yeah, yeah.
well, you ain't got no choice.
Yeah, exactly. That's what David Goggins says, right?
Maybe that's where I picked it up from.
Yeah.
And so with you now kind of going through this whole, I won't even call it rigmarole, but you went through this whole process and you can kind of like outline, all right, I started here, I didn't like it, or I found a better opportunity and I just took those skills and went to the next piece.
Mm-hmm.
The mindset shift piece is huge. Was there anything drastic that actually made you say, because I know in high school, there may have been maybe 2 entrepreneurs and they sold drugs and candy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so outside of those folks, there wasn't a lot of exposure. Because I'm 30, yeah. So there wasn't like a lot of exposure other than like YouTube kids making a lot of money, making funny videos. Yeah. And so what happened for you to be like, all right, here we go, mindset shift. Let's do this. Did something drastic happen for you to be like, all right, I need to, or was it more so like, I think I want that car, and then you kind of backwards plan?
I would say a little bit of backwards planning, you know.
Because you wanted something, or you was like, man, I was so poor, bro. I needed to. I didn't know where my next meal was coming from.
No, I'm grateful. I wasn't like, you know, I wasn't even that poor. You know, we were just kind of a middle class family,
Mm-hmm.
but it was just observing. I mean, and I wanted more stuff. Like, you know, like my parents would always say no, or they couldn't afford it. You know, you start. Man, I wish I could pinpoint exactly what, but I think it was just really shaking a hand with Chase, because he was my first like jiu-jitsu partner.
Yeah.
So we both started jiu-jitsu at the same time. We were rolling with each other, and I like within the year I was finding out that I'm actually like training with you know, a real estate kind of developer, a guy who's like getting into the game too. And I was like, you know, and then I guess I kind of went back home and started looking into what real estate can do for you when it comes to like, you know, just generational wealth and learning about money. So, you know, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that book definitely changed my mindset. Psychology of Money changed my mindset, you know. And so, and then I got into sales. You know what I mean? Like, so people is, you know, the money is where the people are, you know. And now how do I increase those skills to get to people?
Right.
That was it. That was yeah.
I think sales is one of those jobs. I like, especially like as obviously you met Caden, like as you're in a space, I was like, dude, there's no ceilings with sales. If you understand the fundamentals of sales, I was like, it's a wrap, you know, other than just knowing what the product is and stuff like that. And I make the joke a lot of times because, you know, we work with a lot of real estate agents. I was like, y'all lucky I'm not a real estate agent. I was like, y'all out here not, because I don't mind cold calling. First off, how do you feel about cold calling?
No, so, I mean, cold calling and door knocking, I mean, I guess they're maybe on the same level playing, except door knocking is a little more uncomfortable than if you're, I mean, you know, I was out in the hot suns and still trying to make a buck, you know, knocking on doors.
We get tired of y'all coming to the neighborhoods.
Yeah, I bet. I know. But then you're like, oh, an Indian guy.
That's true. That's exactly what I was like, man, who else is even in that space?
Yeah. Where was I going with that?
Cold calling.
Cold calling, yeah. I don't think I really ever had to cold call. So I'm kind of blessed in that sense, but I knew if I ever got into it, I would have killed it.
Yeah.
I think I would have. Just knowing how to have conversations, knowing how to keep people's attention with that conversation, you know. I wouldn't have been afraid of doing it, you know. But
shoot, you damn near did the ultimate when door knocking, because they're right there in your face. They can just hang up, but dang.
Yeah. And that's what makes me such a face-to-face businessman. I hate, like, wanting to share information over a phone, text, email. Like
Yeah.
I don't do it. I want
Let's
to
go out or something, or
yeah, whether it's go out or I come to your house. Hopefully when we build our office, you know, come to our showroom and
Yeah.
meet face to face about it. But yeah, in this phase of my business right now, I go to their houses.
Gotcha.
So
and you're right there walking the grass and all that good stuff anyway, huh? How much are these folks buying pools for?
how much? So the average right now, and it just also depends on the type of pool and things like that. But my average project is around 90K.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, hearing that on paper, because you got gross and net, in case you guys
Mm-hmm.
don't know what the difference in those are, is it already expected that, because I learned from the doggone builders, you know, Zach and them,
Mm-hmm.
like it costs stuff for them to build a house. It's like, I'm saying this in theory, but ridiculously cheap
Yeah.
compared to what they're going to sell it for.
Yeah.
Is it the same thing with pools, or is it, hey, no, it's material? Like you're paying for all it because this is what it is.
Yeah, no, you're paying for a good amount of material.
Gotcha.
And then like it's a luxury item at the end of the day.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's a luxury item. People want it. There is a need for it. There's people with money, right? So the margins there are like majority of it goes to material and labors. Majority.
So would you say it's a volume game, or could I get away with a pool a month and still live okay? Or I guess
whatever your standards are of
Okay.
living, you know.
So I
whatever
guess
your
what's
goals are.
what's the battle rhythm of you go talk to Thomas? Thomas is going to sign the document to buy a pool. Has Zayn got paid yet?
No.
Okay, so can you kind of walk me through that timeline of what this one is? That way you can kind of understand, bro. You got to have like 20 people in the pipeline, right?
Yeah.
Can you kind of explain that piece a little bit?
Sure. So, you know, majority of my marketing is going to be Facebook, Google. Those leads come in, and my whole goal is to get in their backyard.
Yeah.
Right.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then, you know, really within the week is to kind of get to know them, their design, share the proposal, go over a construction presentation, and help them move forward, right?
All part of the system.
All part of the system. And then, of course, like when it comes to their dreams, what's stopping them? Usually, it's majority of the time, it's money,
Yeah.
right? Of course, they want to pick the right person. Am I the right person? That's my goal too, right? I don't want to waste your time, and hopefully you're not wasting my time, you know? So, and then like financing comes into play too. So we have those financial, you know, partners that will help with financing, make it an affordable budget, monthly payment, things like that. Dang, I'm going on a tangent.
No, you're good. And we're trying to kind of figure out what's the timeline for Zayn.
Yeah. So from there on, you know, hopefully like in a week, I'm helping someone from the time that they reached out to me, and from that week, I want to get in their backyard within 24, 48 hours.
Gotcha.
Okay. And then from there, get back to them within another 24, 48 hours with the design and the proposal. And hopefully they sign by that time, or I'll give them some time within the week, you know, or keep following up. It just, people are different.
Right.
But from that week, I do all my homework with pulling any permits, 811, getting them on the schedule, ordering materials, and then start the dig and then finish the job. You're looking at like from that time I meet them to when the job is done, over estimate of like, 14 weeks, 14 to
Is that
15
short?
weeks.
Is that about standard, or? For some pools, I feel like are very grand.
Yeah, they can. It just depends on the scope of
Okay.
the pool too. You know, if it's just a rectangle, if there's more radius in the pool, like curves in the pool, what features are they adding in there?
That's a big thing. People are like, oh, I want a curve.
Yeah, I mean, like when you start just seeing a lot of rectangles rectangle pools and you want to be different in the backyard, you know.
Gotcha, for more of the landscape bend.
Yeah,
and all
whether
that
it's
stuff.
landscape or you just want to be different, or like, you know, how I usually like to explain it is like, hey, you know, whenever I get a pool, I want to get into my backyard and I want to feel like I'm not home. Like, I
Okay.
want to feel like I'm in a resort, or I'm away, like I'm in another country, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Um, so just for that experience, you know, what is your experience? What's your lifestyle going to be in your backyard? What kind? And then I'll kind of consult them in that way, you know, whether you want to go with the radius pool or a rectangle, things like that.
A rectangle versus a radius, is that big of a difference in your industry?
Um,
I guess, what is it that you're selling them on? Is it more the emotional piece and you're having to
sure,
kind of guide them?
sure. It is definitely a emotional thing, right? Majority of clients are older, retired, or they have money and they have these families and they want their kids in their backyard. They want their grandkids to come to them. They want their family close to them. They want to be that host family.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So, what is the attraction to kind of keep them here, be close to me?
I haven't even thought about that.
Yeah. So it's like, in a pool is definitely a good time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
Now, what's the pool market like in Arkansas? I feel like y'all Premier is I don't even know any other pool companies, but there's a market for it in Arkansas, obviously. Is it only the folks that are over here in West Little Rock? Like, who is buying pools in Arkansas?
Yeah.
Are middle class people buying pools?
Who?
Middle class people?
Middle class? Yeah. Yeah. And they are buying pools. We're really in like a vinyl market. And then of course, like, people who have just kind of more money to spare, they want to go the concrete route, you know?
Okay.
And then of course fiberglass as well is like, what people are kind of wanting to go to as well.
Vinyl?
Vinyl, fiberglass pools, and concrete pools.
Concrete, so you ain't got to worry about changing nothing ever.
Right. You're looking at around that, you know, 17, 20-year mark, probably like replastering a pool. But I mean, it's still, you know, that pool is not going anywhere for like 30 plus years. So
I could get the same type of pool in either of those shells.
Fiberglass kind of come manufactured.
Got you.
So you don't have much of a customization there, but they have plenty of shapes and sizes. Yeah.
And somebody just bringing it over on a big truck and y'all just digging the hole.
Dropping it in there.
Is that an easy win in your market?
Yeah, it's a pretty quick kind of process and timeline.
Yeah.
You know, the longest part about it is probably waiting for the pool to get there, really. But everything after that is kind of just streamlined, you know.
Do their water bill get high because they have to use the water hose to fill up their pool? Like, is that what everybody's doing?
Initially, like on the startup, yes. So,
And then what?
So how the pool is plumbed, it's just recycling that water.
Okay.
So it's recirculating, going through a filter, cleaning it, and going back into the pool. You know what I mean? So the one time that you fill it up, that's the only time.
So I'm about to have this highest water bill first. Off
Right.
Okay.
And then like, you know, during those like hot days and a little bit, you know, an inch or so kind of evaporate, maybe you want to fill it back up, you know, every so often. But
Gotcha.
it just depends on how hot or, yeah, those are usually the only times that you'd want to fill up the pool.
Zain, be real with me. If I get a pool at my doggone house, how much more am I theoretically having to pay per month to maintain a pool?
Okay.
Because I got bleach under my sink, like the Clorox bleach.
Yeah.
Isn't that what y'all put in pools?
Liquid chlorine.
Oh,
Yeah.
chlorine.
Chlorine,
Not
yeah.
Clorox bleach. You probably,
Yeah, please don't.
Yeah.
Please don't. Yeah, so, man, just chemical-wise,
I got to put chemicals in here every month?
every month. So, in the filtration system, you put an inline chlorinator, you have a saltwater generator, you have like a UV ozone system now and things like that kind of help with sanitation. But I mean, you have a body.
Pools are nasty because people pee in them?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want in a pool. and they'll get nasty. You know, think about it this way, right? You jump into a pool, you have a clean, you know, I just built the pool, got it all balanced. You jump in there, you got your cologne on, sunscreen, all the natural oils off of you, the shampoo, whatever gel, all this, right?
Palmer's cocoa butter.
Yeah,
You know
there you
what I'm
go.
saying?
There you go. Um, all of that is getting into there and like messing up the balancing. Okay, it's gonna start, you know, create a disturbance in the pool chemistry, and then that's what attracts a lot of algae and bugs and all that. You know, so sometimes like having to shock it or do a test strip or, you know, balance your pool out once in a while is to just make sure it's safe and clean to be in. You know what I mean? Because when you have water that's out in nature, and everything will find it.
Got you. So so you mentioned all these systems or tools or whatever that helps balance the water. What if I got this above ground pool? My stuff just nasty? Am I just to assume my pool just nasty?
A lot of people want to transition. They'll kind of just dummy test. You know, they're usually like the first child. You know,
And build a deck around it?
yeah, they'll build decks around it and stuff too. Which, you know, if that's what gives them the experience that they want, like, go for it.
But I
you
got a
know?
nasty pool.
But you got a nasty pool. The pumps aren't usually that, you know, powerful, and water's not the best. Circulation is not in an above ground pool. You know, so we're plumbing pretty well. Like, we have a main drain. You got skimmers. You got returns. That water is like constantly circulating like throughout the day.
Yeah.
You know, we're either in a above ground pool, you don't really see a lot of water moving around, and, you know, so you have to keep an eye on it way more. You
Two
know?
steps away from a cesspool.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Like the people who have owned above ground pool and then go into an in ground pool, they're the best at maintaining their pools, just because of the
Because they
headache.
know.
Yeah, the headache of just maintaining that above ground pool. Yeah.
Dude. So we're about to talk about some of these things as we got about 10 more minutes here. We're gonna talk about some of the things that I guess frequently asked questions or things that customers can think about or should consider. So actually I'm gonna ask you this first and then we're gonna go back. And you don't have to say anybody's name specifically.
Okay.
What kind of customers are the easiest to work with first?
Easiest.
Are the richest people the easiest?
Yeah, man. I mean, when you know what you want and you have the funds for it, and they're just like, "Hey, get it done for me," you know, those are probably going to be the easiest ones.
Paying for convenience.
Yeah, yeah. Like, of course, we still want to. There's been clients where I still want to educate them. I want them to know what's on their backyard, but it's just like, "Hey, I know you. Like, just get it done. I trust you." You know, it's like, man, I love it.
Yeah.
You know. But in the back of my head, I'm still like, man, I think I should tell them this. I need to inform this, but they're so busy making more money. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's like, hey, man, I'll call you back out here if I need you.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, props to that. Those are the easiest.
What kind of customers throw red flags immediately?
Red flags immediately.
Would you ever fill it over the phone? Like, hey, I want a pool. Okay.
I try to, man. I kind of send out some like starting prices, and then I kind of have just a slight conversation with them. I'm like, hey, how do you feel about that? Because you know, we want to make this process as easy as possible for you, but we have high standards with our projects, and this is our starting prices. You know, and kind of just feel what they feel. You know, if they start comparing me to someone else, it's like, I understand, but they're not me. You know, if you want to give me a chance, like, let me come over, let me explain why we have these values to our numbers. You know, what are you comparing me with? You know, it's
so you can actually give a
right. Some other red flags, I guess, just asking for discounts, but I feel like if you don't ask, like, then no. But so not necessarily that either. I don't
Or people in this space be like, man, you know what? I haven't had a shitty client ever. Everybody's just nice.
No, I've definitely had.
Okay. Take your time.
I had a red flag that they, but this was like while the project was done, about just little things that they talk about of their past experiences with contractors and stuff. So now I like to include those kind of conversations. Is hey,
Yeah.
you know, have you dealt with a big project at this scope? You know, what was the biggest project that you've dealt with when it came to home renovation or
Yeah.
whatever side job, and how was your relationship with that contractor, and what good things did you do, what bad things did you do? That way I can learn from their
Yeah.
experience, and you know, um, and it was like a weird story of like they were joking around saying like, hey, you know, we kind of just watch what they do back there, until they fuck up, that way we don't have to pay them. Like that
Dang.
was a real discussion I've had one time, and I was like, what? Like,
Dang. Now we're gonna do it to you, Zane. So
yep,
you ready? Go ahead.
yep. So we've dealt with that. Uh, and you know, like when it comes to hey discounts, can you do this and that? You know, when I start really, I shut it down when I tell them where the value is in this project.
Can you run me through an example of how that?
Like for example, like I use like 4 bar steel through my whole pool. I use a bunch of steel through the pool. I use bigger piping through the pool. Um, you know, um, we're giving you variable pumps, like upgraded, motors and things like that for your pool equipment. You want your project to go down? Okay, sure. I can give you a single speed pump. You know, I can use weaker steel if you want me to, and smaller pipes. You know, that can help with budget.
Trim some costs.
Yeah, but then when I tell them why I use that, right, and how efficient it's going to make the pool with that circulation, and to keep that longevity and that foundation of that pool, like they're like, man, I don't want to cut that.
Yeah.
I don't want to cut that corner.
Is part of that psychological for the sales process as well as it just educationally? This is
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
It's just how you present it, and
because you can say the same thing, like, yeah, no worries, yeah, we can just go with a smaller steel. Versus, hey man, we can go with a smaller steel.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like, I can help you out that way.
Yeah.
But
here's what's gonna be the con.
Right.
Heard that.
Yeah.
Heard that. Now, one question I do kind of want you to answer. You mentioned that somebody would compare y'all's company to somebody else, and you wanted to kind of understand what they were comparing in that instance. So, in your own words, how would you say you guys, like, what makes y'all the sugar honey iced tea?
Sugar honey iced tea.
You ever heard that?
No.
Take the first letter of each word. What makes y'all the sugar honey iced tea?
There you go. Okay.
Madagascar.
I love it. At the end of the day, it's me. I sell myself. How I like to explain it is like, you kind of mentioned it. There's a bunch of McDonald's and Starbucks around, but you usually know which one you want to go to. Right. Of course, there's only one Premier in Central Arkansas, but still, it's like, even though I have this name behind me, I'm still selling myself. Like,
great company, shitty person. I wouldn't want to do anything.
Right.
Gotcha.
Exactly. If this brand believes in me and I'm a part of it now, I'm gonna be my best self when I get through your door.
Yeah.
I'm gonna present the best experience. And yeah, like, at the end of the day, it's me.
I mean, you're a sharp looking guy for the most part.
I appreciate
I haven't
it.
seen you in boots, so I mean, I don't know. Now, can you get fired from a franchise? Can they be like, we want our keys back?
Yeah, I think so. For sure.
Maybe.
Like, and it all comes down to management. It comes down to, how you're tracking your numbers, things like that internally. are you making a good name in the community? Things like that.
Gotcha.
Definitely when things start hitting the fan and you're not able to keep up with all that, and they start noticing that, they probably don't want you there
Right.
anymore. So
Now you're messing up our name.
exactly,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Now for the clients, what is something that clients don't consider when they are considering a pool that you probably have to educate them on
Yeah.
or give them insight about?
Yeah. What they usually are not considering.
My backyard big enough? Like,
Yeah.
can any yard get a
That's
pool?
usually a lot of the question is, man, I just want to figure out if my backyard is even big enough. What can fit back here? Um, a lot of times people will be like, oh yeah, my backyard is flat. But until I actually go and run elevations and actually see the grade of the backyard, like, it's like, well, it kind of looks like your pool will have to be like a little raised because, the highest point of your backyard is actually right here. And like, I'll make them stand, at the lowest point, and I'll
Yeah.
stand at the highest point, and I have to make them realize like, hey, you can't like optically see it, but when we start digging, it's gonna make more sense because I'm a foot higher than you right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I have a tool. It's called a Mosier, where I can kind of like trace around the backyard and the perimeter of the fence line, and it'll give me elevations there. So visually, I can show them like, hey, you do have a raised backyard.
That's tight.
You know?
Right there during the meeting?
Yeah,
Or-
during the meeting. Yeah, during the consultation usually. But then, of course, when we start the dig, we have our lasers and elevation laser and stuff like that. That'll kind of give them a better view of like how high that pool has to be and stuff too. So
Two questions in that. My yard has to be flat for me to get a pool?
no,
Okay.
no. So a lot of dirt work, grading, like retaining wall situations can be a part of the project. Another key thing that a lot of people don't worry about is like the drainage. Like, I need to find out, hey, does your backyard like hold groundwater? Does it like, how does the water flow around in your backyard? Things like that.
You don't have to worry about that on above ground pool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, but you can't have everything.
No, you can't. You can't.
Yeah.
So I think the draining piece was actually going to lead into the question I was just about to ask. So let's say this carpet here is my backyard. Can I decide where I want the pool to actually be, or is it going to be based off of these other factors you're mentioning?
Yeah, that's a good question. So, like for example, I have to be like 5 to 6 feet off the property, like off the foundation of the house.
Okay.
I want to be 5, 6 feet, and then off the fence line, it needs to be 5, 6 feet. It's just like basic code
Okay.
to do that. If you follow that guideline, but also like wherever you want the pool will kind of tell me, okay, this is how raised it will have to be, or hey, if you place it right here, this will match like the grade of your patio. That way you can just walk off your patio and get to your pool. But if you want it over here, it looks like we're gonna have to kind of create some stairs up to this deck, and we gotta kind of have to retain like 2 feet of dirt around it. So I have to build this long of a wall and this height, things like that.
So in the design that you mentioned that you're trying to get back within that, 48-hour kind of block collectively, you're already showing them that, like, hey, if you want it here, excuse me, we're going to have this wall. That's really quick.
And that's but it all comes down to lifestyle too. Do you want, how quick do you want to get to the pool when you leave get out that back door?
Got you.
Or are you okay with, is this grassy area going to be for something, future shop that you want to build, or put more concrete there for something else? And then that way you have that pool over here, it just depends. Like, are you going to be more social? Like, how much concrete do you want around the pool? This can be plenty of space for some seating, a table, some umbrella and some stools, or like a bar area, you know? Or do you just want some safety kind of way to walk around your pool? That way you don't get some grass into your pool. All right, just go ahead with a 3 to 4 feet
Of
concrete
concrete.
decking apron around the pool. Yeah, like,
How much of the after, because you mentioned retainer wall, you just mentioned what'd you call it, a skirt?
yeah, like apron. Like
Apron.
concrete decking.
Gotcha. The extra piece.
Yeah.
How much, other than the pool itself and then those additional features that I just think come with it, how much are y'all actually doing? Like, are y'all doing? Hey, we can also put a deck in a doggone jumping. What is that thing called?
Diving board.
Diving board.
Yeah.
Like, how much are y'all doing outside of the pool, or what can y'all actually do?
Yeah, all accessories we do.
Okay.
We've built outdoor kitchens.
Oh,
We're
dang.
doing a sunken bar right now too. We've done raised walls, retaining walls. Really nice looking like concrete decking with nice like curvature in the stairs, things like that. Like stamped colored concrete as well. Yeah, we do it all.
Am I saving money by just doing it through y'all? Like, be for real, or do I be like, man, go ahead, get your apron to 3-4 feet, then you call out your cousin Lou to come and do that other stuff?
I am there to help you out and go with me, right? Like, my whole goal is, okay, this is your vision. Okay, that first consultation appointment is like really just talking about getting to know each other more, honestly. But then, because they already know like what they want in their backyard, and then I kind of go into like the vision. Oh, so you want this waterfall and these bubblers, and you want it this deep with this diving board, blah blah blah. All these features, in my head, it's like ting 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 ting, like like this is adding to the bill. So I have like a la carte system. Basically, it's a line by line order. It lets them know, hey, everything that you want in your vision that you talk to me about is in all the square footage of concrete that you want around it is on here. Here's the design
that
Let's
we
go
agreed
ahead.
on.
Like, I'll bring my laptop with them, and we'll start like actually like fixing things right then and there. And then here's the proposal with all the numbers, everything that we went over in that construction presentation, line by line. And hey, if you can get this accessory from somewhere else, sure, do it. If you know a guy that does concrete decking, okay, yeah, go ahead and use that guy, But these are my prices, and we want to make this as easy as possible for you, and I want to be your guy. So
so you gonna give them a discount?
Yeah, well, it's not necessarily a discount at the end of the day. It's more
still...
like they have the power to take that number out of the whole project because they have that concrete guy.
Gotcha.
Or or they have a guy that can build that outdoor kitchen for them. Cool. Let me come in and turnkey your pool, and then you do whatever you want around it. That way, I know how I built that pool. I can adhere to my warranties that I'm promising you.
Yeah.
And everything is outside of that, you can take care of.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Last couple questions as we're kind of wrapping up. So firstly, I appreciate you being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
When somebody is seeing an opportunity, whether it's franchise, whether it's a, hey, you want to buy my brothel, I'm selling my brothel, like whatever the thing that comes up, what are some things they should consider to know if it is a good opportunity? How do they know? How did you know? How do I know if it's a good opportunity?
To buy a pool?
No, not necessarily a pool, just more so a business, franchise, a thing in general.
Opportunity. Man.
Like, what do you look at for good opportunities? Like, your coach say, yeah, do it. All right, cool, I'm doing it. You don't think, or like, are there things that you look at specifically to make it make sense for you?
Yeah. To like start a business in general?
Start a business, buy a franchise. I want to buy a Subway.
Yeah.
You look at like how much money is being yielded off of it, or do you like, I don't know, compare what other folks have made off of it, or you'd say you were doing data. I guess there's some data stuff that go into it to determine what's what. Seasonal, maybe. Is y'all's business seasonal? Everybody will get pools in the winter too.
I mean, man, yeah, people get pools all summer, spring, fall, whether it's like some financial priorities that they have that they want to take care of before pulling the trigger on it, And then we have like 4 big sales throughout the season or throughout the year too.
Okay.
So it's like if you want to pull the trigger here, here, and here, these are the sales that I have, and we kind of push those.
Is that a secret squirrel thing that y'all try not to, or is that a thing where obviously it may be y'all slower times?
Man, I've been blessed to kind of really the slowest time was when I started the business.
Okay.
It was like, I mean, basically like almost 6 months where I didn't pay myself. There was no money coming into the business. I was like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm in the right. Like, I wanted to quit. Like, there are definitely still times I just want to quit.
No doubt.
All the time, dude.
Get you a cell phone text store.
Huh?
Get you a cell phone text store.
Yeah, I would sell the hell out of that.
Yeah.
But what I've learned the most is like, man, the personal development that I had to do to make sure that this decision is right for me. It is so hard to be like, anyone can do it.
Yeah. It's so cliche to say.
It's so cliche, man. Like, man, this is hard.
Yeah.
This shit's not fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun all the time. Like, I have to always, every day, remind myself to look at the light at the end of the tunnel, like, pray, like, know that I'm coming home to Sarah and, like, I'm doing this for her. Like, I want to make my parents happy. I want to retire my mom. Like, I have to keep telling I have to have this internal. But what I was getting at was, like, the amount of, like, self-development, personal development that has to go into even knowing, like, hey, you're, like, are you ready to make this decision?
Yeah.
Because you're not going to see, like, the results that you want in a year, 2 years, maybe not even 5 years. Like, you have to be committed.
Yeah.
Like, and having that mindset of burning the boats, you know, believing in yourself. Like, you know, when you start a business, dude, like, all your demons come out.
Yeah, they do.
You know, you start questioning of how you were raised, why you feel this way, why this triggered you. You have to answer all of this. You got, like, I had to, like, I'm in therapy now.
Yeah.
I had to, dude. I was like, I have to figure out, like, who I am along the way.
Yeah.
And I thought I was doing enough too. And I'm like, no, like, every day you find out something more about yourself. And it's hard to have those conversations with yourself too. On top of that, on top of making your clients happy, on top of projects going properly, are the numbers making sense? You know, everything, you know, like, that weight, you know, maintaining that weight is having that conversation of, are you ready? And are you doing everything to be your best self?
Yeah.
To maintain that.
I don't. That's why I get drugs. Shout out to Vyvanse and Adderall.
I'll take L-tyrosine. It's like have you heard of that?
Sounds like.
It's like it's a amino acid that helps with, like, neuroreceptors.
Is that the one Joe Rogan be talking about? Is that the gum? We're not talking about the gum.
Well, okay, there's NeuroGum. I've tried that
Okay.
too. That's a nice little caffeine gum that helps with my focus and stuff. Because I'm ADHD.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like,
Shout out to Vyvanse.
yeah, I know. I
Telling
bet,
you, man.
and I've tried it too. That makes me into a different person, though.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a
Personality-wise?
person. Yeah, like,
Rawr.
if I was on that,
Incredible Hulk.
like, maybe if I was in front of a computer and on it, like, I would get a
Yeah.
lot done. But you wouldn't be my friend if I was on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Get aggravated easy?
Yeah, and just like, get out of my way, I'm doing this,
Yeah.
or, you know, my attitude is not the same. I'm not I'm not charismatic with it and things like that. So
I didn't think you were charismatic today, but no, I'm picking it up though.
yeah. God. But, you know, coffee will help. L-tyrosine.
Coffee don't help for
NeuroGum,
me.
Ketones.
What?
Ketones is the new thing.
Did Joe approve it? If Joe don't approve it, I'm probably not gonna do it.
Joe, I'm more, you know, Diary of a CEO,
Yes.
Stephen Bartlett.
Yeah, you're like a couple shades darker than him.
Yeah,
Without the accent too. You know what I'm saying? Just a black shirt.
He's pushing that right now. So
Okay,
I was
so
gonna
I have
try
seen
it
some of that
soon. And then creatine. There's more studies on, like, taking creatine and helping your sharpness too,
Really,
and, like, how the whole, like, myth of it, like, messing up your kidneys and stuff like that is gone just through more research, and how it's supposed to help with like sleep deprivation and stuff.
We're saying creatine like almost what they use for the weight supplements.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. And then it's definitely helped me, like it sharpened me up a little bit, got me stronger too in the gym and in training and things like that. So just natural things like that, dude. I can't.
It sounds good on paper. I'm gonna take the crutch. I know what type of business owner I am. I'm gonna take the crutch.
Yeah.
And then when I get to a place,
That's fair.
You know, when I get to a place, I feel like I'm caught up, which is fucking. It's like a doggone rat race. I'm always playing catch up, and then I'll chill. Like, I do got 2 last questions for you. Is working therapeutic for you, or do you actually chill? Like, do you turn work off? And if so, how do you turn work off?
It's a good question, man. It's a talk I have with Sarah all the time. I'm still, so you know how you talk, you know, the business mind that you have, and that's why you take Vyvanse. You know, same thing with me. I'm still trying to figure out how to turn it off.
Gotcha.
Whenever I enter my home, but it sucks because I know that that desk is right there and that laptop's right there. My phone's right here, and I can get something done just off a quick text or letting someone know something.
Yeah,
it's hard. It's it's hard to identify the times that I chill. Like, if I have to leave the state to be in a chill, I have to. I have to. Even when I leave the house, I just know that my project is 30 minutes away. That project is 30 minutes away. My laptop's right here. My phone's right here. But until I actually go and plan like which, you know, this year is like has been the time that I'm able to actually leave the state once in a while and kind of do something, come back. Yeah. You know. But last year, man, I was.
Ain't no vacation happening.
Oh, nothing, dude. So, and it's funny because I tell my therapist, like, I think the times that I'm chill is when I'm in the gym or I'm training jiu-jitsu.
Damn,
so it's
that's
like
your chill.
That's my chill, and my, you know, they both made me realize, like, you realize like your mind is still going 100 miles per hour, and you're just using your mind somewhere else. Yeah, you're still not chill, actually. Yeah, like, it's hard, man. I think if I were to pinpoint it, it's, I guess, whenever I eat, I'm on the couch or I'm sleeping. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, man, my mind is going 1,000 miles per hour every day.
How do I improve this process? How do I make this better? Yeah. Did Katie sign the thing? Yes. Yeah, you know, God bless. And then my final question is, for somebody that's looking to get into business as a whole and things like that, you mentioned a couple of the players that you watch, like the Diary of the CEO. Who would you recommend that people check out to maybe get some insight on? Because I usually always recommend Gary Vee. I like him. Okay. But I didn't know how you felt about Gary Vee, because your folks were a bit more polished, the ones you were recommending.
Yeah. No, Gary Vee has I mean, like anyone, of course, like they have their own charisma and they have their way of, you know, portraying their message. Like, so if Gary Vee speaks to you, like, you know, get the good from him. You know.
But who would you recommend?
I recommend. And this is for what? Business?
Yeah, anybody that's wanting to get into starting a business, owning a business, they may found what you did interesting. I'm like, oh, shoot, I can do a premiere here in West Memphis, Arkansas. Ain't no pools over here.
Man, Andy Elliott, Tony Robbins, Diary of a CEO, Chris Williamson. Who else?
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton?
Yeah, his podcast.
He has some fun people on there, but I don't know. Who else? I guess those are the ones that come up in my head. Yeah.
Bet. And then final question, in case we see this bad boy in 5 years, we can look back and be like, dang, Zain really did do that, man. What is your 5-year goal? What is your next future projection?
Yeah, man. A 5-year goal. my goal is to, of course, be the best pool builder that I can be.
For sure,
right?
for sure.
I want to have a showroom. I want people to come to me. I want to have a good team that I'm able to teach and change their lives. Like, I don't want them to just be a number. I want them, it's cliche to say family. I don't say, I don't really like saying family. But
Not an Indian thing or
no. It's just like, I don't know. Don't you feel weird? Like if
mushy.
yeah,
Like if somebody said
oh,
that's like
we're a family. Like,
ugh.
it's like, no, we all know what our strengths are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want you to be good at it, and if you need help, we're here for each other.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I want to be able to create that self-development, have those resources for them to build that team up. So, and of course, we also want like a servicing team as well. So, of course, all pools that I build, they're going to be serviced, and then servicing, whoever just needs help, who have pools, things like that. And then like, I want to, of course, build my like real estate portfolio, go that route. And then, man, my dream is to kind of have like, just kind of be like a serial entrepreneur, kind of build some portfolios here and there. And I just want
to not chill.
To not chill. I know it sucks, but that feeling of someone believing in you,
mm-hmm.
and to the level that I've got so far,
yeah,
and knowing like where I'm gonna go, and give that feeling to someone else,
yes.
Dude. I want to be an investor to someone who believes in themselves.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, if you want to start a restaurant, if you want to start a gym, like, whatever it is, you have a good game plan. Who are you as a person? Do I feel it? Mm-hmm. And can I bank you for it? Like,
heard that.
I wanna be that guy
mm-hmm.
to change someone's life, like in that scope.
Heard that.
Yeah, man, we would love to see that if that can happen in 5 years.
Probably happening too.
Probably it will.
Because we're going to realize a lot of the other states about to get dropped off because of these issues happen across seas. And then they all going to migrate to Arkansas because it's the cheapest real estate.
There you go.
And then everybody get the pool.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, here's the thing. Here's the one thing I want to tell you guys. Being an entrepreneur is not for the faint of heart. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that. But what is for the faint of heart, and what's the easiest thing, is kind of actually how I started my business, is you can go and steal it, all right? You can go steal anything that you need to go get. Some instances, you deal with it. You do the crime, you do the time. But the easiest thing you can do is steal from a friend. Why? Because you're just talking to them. They just give you information, and then you wake up, and boom, Premier has 2 locations in Central Arkansas. So remember, stealing from friends. Make sure you do all the things that your mama told you to do, like the subscribe, the likes, and all that stuff. We'll have all this information down in the show notes. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to like, subscribe, do all the things, and we'll get back to you. And that's all from us. Peace.
To whoever may need this nugget of encouragement, things will be alright, so quit your worry. I get it, the odds seem stacked back against the wall, but even consider it such, no, you'll stand tall.